Daily Planet reporter with you today.
And
Zach Smith.
We also
Mr.
call him Gary.
Yes, Mr. Gary Smith. So yes, today
Gary is a name.
today we're talking about Superman.
The Man of Steel. The myth, the legend.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Which I recently, just for research leading into this, he's the character himself. He's turning 78 this year.
Oh, I
had the numbers wrong. 87. My apologies. Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was older.
Yeah.
87. And yes, we will fact check each other.
I'm fairly confident it is 87.
Okay, all right, yeah, 87. That's now I sort of okay, all right, we got it.
Because it was 14 years ago that they released a 70 or 75 year anniversary animated short that kind of recaps all of Superman like throughout media. And it features a lot of series that we're going to be talking about, and it at the time did not feature a show that I will be talking about, which we're very excited to talk about. What other titles does the Man of Steel have?
I don't know, but he does fight for truth, justice, and the American way.
That's
get all red, white, and blue on it.
That's something we gotta maybe discuss too.
Oh, yeah,
the difference between the American way and a better tomorrow.
Man.
If that's a debate we like to round.
Well, the American way, I thought was just like that. That was just like in his original iteration.
Oh yeah, the original iteration. Yeah, we'll definitely go into the original
like an
iteration.
Anti-communism thing, if I remember correctly.
It was
partly
more so anti-Nazi. I believe he was created in the aftermath of World War II. If not like within World War II.
So yeah, sort of. It was it's still the 30s, so that type of thing. And yeah, we're gonna get into all that good stuff with Superman because with 87 years of history,
absolutely,
and so many different universes and storylines. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a discussion. We're gonna try to keep it in one episode, but
we could have an episode just all about the Elseworlds, each one too. There's Communist Superman, there's Absolute Superman, there's
Bizarro Superman.
Bizarro. Well, Bizarro's his own character, and
that's true.
All that. So, and all the different eras of Superman. Like we could, I could see ourselves having like 3 episodes of just Superman content.
Yeah, we could. I mean, you are the DC expert here,
yes,
so
absolutely.
Which means that you are much more aware of the Superman history and mythos than either one of us. You are the video game guy, so you're going to be talking about the video game aspect as well.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I am not as big into superheroes as I think either of you are, so I'm going to take a little bit of a backseat on this one, but I still have a few things I'd like to touch on.
Yeah, definitely, because it does connect to actual comic book stories, like the Injustice series. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and also with me, when it comes to Superman, it's all about the old school stuff. Yes, obviously the comics as well. I mean, I didn't really collect the comic books, but I did watch, the movies and cartoons and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm all about that part of Superman.
Yeah.
And so what it's all about is just focusing on the Man of Steel himself.
Right.
And in my mind, I don't know about you, but in my mind, when it comes to Superman, I see Christopher Reeve. It's like that's my thing.
David Cornsweet. Like I was into Superman before the new movie came out. More specifically about the show that we're going to be talking about in a couple of minutes. But specifically, David Cornsweet embodies what I believe to be of Superman, like of humanity, and it's so like. It's amazing because, like, Zach, you say that you're not really into much of comic books, but Superman still touches, like, everybody. Like, he is the symbol of
everybody
justice
knows who Superman is.
And all that other fun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently even the Marvel universe acknowledges Superman too. Yeah, especially in one of the movies. So, yes.
And
Can't wait to get into. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're definitely going to get into
we
stuff.
really got to talk
All
about
right.
it too.
So I just want to talk about I'm actually really curious. What has everyone been into recently? I'll let you go first. Go first.
I have been changed for the better. I recently I recently indulged in Wicked for Good this past weekend with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I cried 3 times. That's how you know it's good. And it wasn't like just one long cry. It could have been one long cry, but it wasn't.
One long sob-fest.
Right? It was like the last half hour of the movie. I was constantly crying.
Oh, wow. Sheesh.
But,
Okay.
But I really recommend seeing it in theaters, even if you haven't seen the first one, because it recaps a lot of what happened in the first one. But I highly recommend going to see both. You will not regret it. And yeah, that's been my nerdy thing this week. I mean,
okay.
It's not like comic books or anything like that, but it's got some literature in there because it's a movie based off a Broadway musical, based off a book that is also based off a movie, off of a musical, off of a book.
Wow, like 6 levels back.
Right?
6 levels deep.
And then Kevin Bacon.
You gotta have Kevin Bacon in there. Was there, hopefully, maybe, possibly?
In Wicked?
Never.
lost.
Moving on.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. 6 degrees.
But
So,
now I'm
yes.
hungry.
You know, I haven't eaten today yet, so yes, I'm starting to feel it myself. For me, my recent nerdy thing, I've been into Gen V recently.
The new season come out?
Yes, season 2 came out, and I'm like halfway through the season right now. And yes, just have to watch out once again. If you don't know anything about the boys, yeah, it's pretty violent.
Yeah,
Violent.
it doesn't.
and it's yeah.
It goes pretty heavy on the red stuff.
Yes, it does, and yes, way more involved. The storyline is.
I mean,
is
the
wow.
main character's superpower is related to blood magic.
Yes, exactly.
Or
So-
manipulating blood.
or blood bending.
Blood. That's
Right.
It, that's it.
I'm looking forward to that discussion. later
Oh,
in the future.
yeah.
Anyways,
We gotta have an episode on that,
we will
too.
talk about the
we'll
boys.
talk- yes, exactly.
Another excuse
The
to
boys
rewatch
and Avatar. Both of them. All right, so how about you?
Well, we had recently the Golden Joysticks, which is the Golden Globes to the Game Awards Oscars.
Okay, all right.
And of the, I don't remember exactly how many categories there are total, but it's a decent amount. And I do know that Claire Obscure, my child, Claire Obscure was nominated for 7 categories and won every single
right.
one, including Game of the
Wow.
Year.
So I have a funny feeling that might be the game of the year.
It's definitely with a front runner.
Okay, all right.
It's
Yeah.
I've got a lot of hopes. By the time this one airs, I think the Game Awards may have come to pass. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah.
So
Remind me what date that
December
the Game Awards?
10th, I think it is.
Yeah.
Let me-
So
Yeah, I think
dates.
if I remember correctly, it was December 10th when you said
before
it.
Thanksgiving.
So, yeah, that would be quite an achievement for any
Yeah.
one video game, right?
Yeah. I do think it's won the most in a single sitting for a game at the Golden Joysticks. I could be wrong on that one, but I do know that in the Game Awards, it is currently the record holder for most nominations of a single game in 1 year.
Okay, nice, excellent.
So
December 11th. December 11th.
December 11th.
yes,
Okay, okay.
11th.
All right, my bad. All right, so more Superman talk between the 3 of us right after this.
we're back with some more nerdy talk about Superman. Now, Elle, I understand you have some somewhat breaking news about the
Nerdy
comics.
news on Superman. Yeah, apparently, it seems down in Texas, three brothers were trying to clean out their mother's house and attic. And they were looking through all the old stuff from the attic, and underneath a bunch of newspapers and in a cardboard box, there was an old Superman comic book. And when they sought to value the price or find the price for it, it was it went a little over $9 million, valued at a little over $9 million. And that's always been my fantasy of sorts.
Just to clean out an attic and
Yeah,
find.
exactly. When I moved into the house I live in now, back in 2008, I was looking in little areas,
Nooks
like
and
the corner of
crannies.
an attic or even the basement. From I saw a box down there. I was like, I was like, maybe there's an old comic book down there. And so these three brothers, it's valued at $9 million, but most likely it's going to be sold for more, possibly.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Because that's
I
the
see
starting
that.
number for the auction, right?
Yeah, that was what it's valued at.
Oh,
So yes, it's most definitely going to be the starting. So
yeah.
after that, it's going to just keep going up. Because back in the 90s, I started following this back in the 90s when Action Comics #1, Superman's first appearance, was valued at $500,000. This is back in the mid 90s, and I was like, what? And that's when I really got into. I mean, I was already collecting comic books by then, but by then I was just like, okay, I gotta make sure I find all these old rare comic books. And then when it went to $1 million back in the early 2000s, I'm like, okay, all right, I gotta really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Action Comics #1 and Superman #1 are just two different comic lines. Is that right?
It's two different. Action Comics itself is the actual overall comic books, whatever it is.
Because that's where other DC superheroes came from.
yeah, yep.
Batman, Aquaman, all them.
Action
Batman
Comics
was
and
Detective
Detective
Comics.
Comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Detective
Detective
Comics is,
Comics, yes.
and then Superman came out with his own storyline with Superman #1, and the mother of those three boys said, "Oh, before she died, she was like, oh, there's a lot of stuff in my attic. I think there's some rare things like comic books, almost as an aside."
Yeah.
And then the brothers were like, okay, look through it, and they're like, oh, this is a pretty good condition comic book. $9 million, good condition comic book.
That's quite
Take it
the
on
payday.
Pawn Stars, but best I can do is $350.
$1,000? No, $350.
It says right here the price on it. It's a dime.
And a coupon for a buffet.
Yeah, I can see that actually. Yes. So,
Yeah.
so hold on to your comic books, people,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
especially if it's from the 30s. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of a little disappointed in myself. The oldest comic book, because I only have a couple, was from, I believe, the 90s with Absolute Carnage or something that it was called.
Carnage. Okay.
It was called, where Carnage was going on a spree or something with Marvel Comics and all that, and it was Spidey and Venom teaming up, and that's
Okay,
the
of course.
oldest one that
Of
I
course.
have at least. So it's probably not valued too high, probably $50 at most. But
Oh, okay.
well, it's still a comic book, and I still like to flip through every now and then.
Oh yeah. I've yet to visit the comic book store. I mean, I visited it once, but I really want to buy more comic books from this store right down the street from where I live right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What is that, Rubber Mallet or
No.
another place? Okay.
I live in Port Argyle, so it's a little
okay.
ways away from here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yes, Julia, DC expert, just talk about your adventures with Superman.
Indeed. My Adventures with Superman. This show came out, I believe, in 2023, and it follows kind of an origin of Superman in his time in Metropolis. He oh my God, they were roommates with Jimmy Olsen. And this series kind of helped me fall in love with Superman in the sense that it made me appreciate his sense of duty to the people of not only Metropolis but of Earth, and that how do I put it?
Oh, it's anime style.
Yeah. It's animated actually. Funny enough, by the same studio that did Voltron, Defenders of the Universe.
Oh, the updated Voltron.
The new
okay.
Voltron. They also did The Legend of Korra way back in the
Oh.
day.
I say it
X-Men.
looked like that kind of style.
Yeah, it kind of did ring true for me with that style. It also they also did some work on X-Men '97. That's a show I'd like to talk about at 1.2, and all that
on
fun
Max.
stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
and it's got some new casting. So for those of you who may not know, I am a voice acting nerd as well. I love playing the game of, is that Bryce Papenbrook? Whenever there's a new show, you
sort
kind
of
of
like
play like spot that voice actor. And for this show, at least, this show has Jack Quaid, Jack Quaid as
Jack Quaid.
as the Boy Scout in blue.
Who's also member of the Boys, and was also more recently in Star Trek: The Lower
Strange
Decks.
Universe.
Really?
Yeah, well, he
was
did do
technically
an
also in
episode of Strange Universe.
Yes, that was a great
That was
crossover
great.
episode. Yep.
Yeah, because I wasn't really aware of their backgrounds. I mean,
Lower
it's,
Decks
at
was
least for my knowledge, I wasn't really familiar with any other previous works. So Ishmael Saeed, he's in Star Trek.
I don't.
Is
I'm
that
not familiar
something-
with the name. He might be. I would have to look him up.
Or were you talking about Jack Quaid?
I was talking about Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid. Oh, okay, I see. So
He's, like,
yeah,
everywhere.
his voice did sound a little familiar. I mean, again, like as far as I was aware, he was a newer voice actor. He is coming off the heels of I cannot remember his name, but he was a voice actor for Superman all the way back from the '90s. With Superman the animated series, until like recently with Justice League versus the Fatal Five, with the DC animated universe, I guess.
Yeah,
That's a conversation for
Yeah,
another
I've
day
been,
too.
I've been trying to keep up with all the DC animated stuff too.
Yeah, because there was also like the DC animated movie universe, the Tomorrowverse. There's so many
many
universes
different-
of just
There's
animation.
like there was an era where the same guy who was doing the Batman animated series was also doing like a Justice League, and I know there was a bunch of
Yes.
stuff on that. And just thinking of like, just having started this conversation, I'm thinking of how many different, just the live action iterations of Bat or Superman that there have
absolutely,
been
too.
is just, I can't keep track.
No. And so, like, I've been, like, I didn't give myself enough credit for being a DC person up until, like, I started the show. Because, like, I get to kind of flex my knowledge, I guess, of comic book stuff. And I really fell in love, really, with, I was always a Batman girl. A Batgirl, one could say. And it
As
wasn't
for another
until,
show.
right?
We're gonna do a Batman show, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we need to talk Batman.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until this particular show came out that I started to have an adoration for Superman. Because there was one scene early in the series that, like, kind of everybody was pointing to, like, that's my boy, that's my guy. And it was after a tussle with, what is her name? It's not Static Shock. That's an entirely different character. She was also original character for the animated series back in the 90s.
So a baddie. So some
Yes,
baddie.
electric themed superhero
Okay.
or super villain.
Some
Let's say.
baddie.
Livewire, that's her name, Livewire.
okay.
And she had the original character actually had a podcast similar to what we're doing. We'll have to talk about that another time. So she trashed Superman and all that. But in the new show, she kind of works as like a mercenary or something for hire, similar to Deathstroke.
Deathstroke, yeah.
And
I want to say the DC version.
right. And it was after this fight that Superman kind of surveys the area and he looks around, he sees all these cars all over the place, tables overturned and patios destroyed and all that. And he looks and is like, he doesn't say anything. He just whooshes around like red and blue blur all over. And like he's overturning the cars, he's like putting everything back to where it should be. And it's like, that's him, that's Superman, that's him. Because we were coming off of the heels of the Man of Steel Superman with I cannot remember the actor's name, but it was with
Henry Cavill?
Zack Snyder's
Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, what?
In that film series, from my interpretation at least, is that Clark saw being Superman as a burden, whereas
I agree.
this universe, he sees it as like an obligation, a duty.
Like the original Superman.
Yeah, because with great power comes great responsibility. I know that's like a Marvel
we're
line,
crossing
but
the streams.
yeah, but
Don't
it's
cross the
true.
streams.
But it's true because like you have all this monumentous power. It's like you can't not do good, like because otherwise, like you're doing a disservice. Now that's where conflict happens.
Oh, yeah.
So, but that's kind of what made me fall in love with the Boy Scout in Blue, and wanted to get into more of his stories, his conflicts with Brainiac, Lex Luthor. Luthor, we could have a conversation all about
that's a classic.
him too, and the 2025 iteration of him too, because that certainly is
The Penson-like version.
it brings back like villains wanting to be evil, and I miss the villains being evil instead of these misunderstood and all that.
See, but I think that makes them more interesting. It's one place I'll disagree with you.
Yeah,
and I think it's a generational thing. Whereas in the older Superman, we definitely had like these guys are evil. They just want to do evil things. They want to blow up that orphanage. Why? Because it's there. Like, and while that's like you certainly have like a very clear cut good and evil thing, it doesn't really create a whole lot of character building moments or understanding kind of the why
One-dimensional
of things.
yes.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just for me, I like to have a little bit more to bite into. So I do enjoy having complex characters or complex villains, and I think Batman especially. Not that we're gonna get into a whole Batman versus Superman thing.
We might.
Why did you say Martha?
Why'd you say that name?
But I think I've never necessarily liked Batman, but I've liked his villains. I've always liked the DC villains when they've been more fleshed out.
Yeah, especially when they have the opportunity to continue living.
Right?
Yeah, that helps. That helps with character development.
Not killing them.
Yeah, that
It
helps.
creates
Yeah,
more
and not to
special
say
guest
that.
stars moments.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's not to say that Superman doesn't also have a no-kill rule. I mean, like he sees like a moment where like absolutely this person is going to harm others. I have to stop them, and he'll like throw them in prison. But if that doesn't work, like, and it's the absolute last resort, he's not going to be like Batman and come up with like a 5-dimensional 3D chess, all that to like make sure that they survive and all that. Like Superman, like he knows like it's got to get done.
Snap that neck.
Has he killed anybody to your knowledge? Has he killed anybody to your
In the
knowledge?
comic books, I'm not sure.
It depends on what continuity you're asking.
Yes.
Fair.
Which,
That's
which universe?
fair.
Which universe?
That's fair. I think the worst he ever did, I mean, to my knowledge, and this might not even be Superman, but I think he imprisoned somebody in like an alternate, like a pocket dimension or something like that.
Zod.
Oh, was it Zod?
Zod and his crew, yeah.
That may be. Again, it
And he
depends
felt
on
bad
which.
for it too.
It depends on which interpretation you're talking about, because there
And
are
which
some
one?
iterations that DC animated universe with Bruce Timm behind the wheel. Zod doesn't even appear in that series, but he does imprison. What's his name? What's the big monster with like all the spikes and all that? Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Yes.
He's the one.
I say
killed
that I'm
Superman, right?
Yes.
Yes. And the Justice League series, it kind of tackles this complicated question of like, because at the time they also had a run-in with the Justice Lords, an evil version of themselves from a different Earth. Again, Elseworlds, another conversation for another day. But basically, like, they were kind of wrestling with the idea of lobotomizing or imprisoning Doomsday, and that kind of. I get what you're saying, like with complex villains and heroes and all that, and like that it's not really your preference. But I believe that with having like pure good, like wanting to do good, all that and seeing the complicated dilemmas that they are presented with Doomsday, it kind of shows like they're wrestling with whether or not what they do is the right decision, and that's kind of that's what endears me to Superman even more. Is like he may not always make the right decision, but that's what he thinks is what's best.
Yeah, he's unambiguously good.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with that. I word this.
You don't have to be political.
I
here.
want a little ambiguity. And the Superman for me is just
So, did you like the Cavill version?
like in terms of him like as a character or like the movies in general, because
As that version of Superman where he's like doubting every little thing he does.
Yeah.
No.
No, okay,
No.
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, Superman in general is just, and it's why I'm kind of the odd man out in this conversation. For me, he's always been kind of boring. It's nothing against people who like him. I know there's obviously tons and millions of people who like it. It's just he is great at everything he has done except for the things that he hasn't tried to do yet, and then he is good at those things too.
Yeah.
Like he has no flaws.
That is kind of the issue with Superman, like with him being around for so long, like he's almost like a god, pretty much.
But you can also extend that to like a lot of the DC heroes as well. Like they're very, especially in their earlier iterations, they're kind of one dimensional.
And that's that is why Superman is boring, is because of the fact that he's super powered, unbelievably. But we had this discussion the other day how yes, the weakness, or at least I've never really read the comic books, but it seems like the villains would try to soft target Superman. So essentially, all his
endanger others who cannot
exactly.
take the same blows.
Exactly. Like for example, everybody else on Earth.
Yeah.
So like whether it's the villains actually trying to harm his loved ones or just people in general that's in danger, because Superman is like the superpowered emergency responder.
Yeah.
So he goes everywhere, and much like in the Corn Sweat version, he had a dilemma. He's like, save this or that, and that's where the story and the conflict lies when it comes to the Superman, is because even though he's got all this superpower, he's just one individual.
Yeah.
What can he do to that's
He can't be in two places at once.
Exactly.
He's not the Flash.
But then he also can just turn back time.
We're gonna get into that discussion too, because
But one thing I will say, and right before we go to break, I think Superman functions a lot better as a villain.
Oh,
And that brings us into what I want to talk about in the next segment: injustice.
Yeah, so
that's something we'll have to talk about.
Yeah, because for example, let's just say a version of Superman in what I've been recently watching, The Boys. Yes, that is evil.
Well, I mean, Homelander is like evil Superman, but then like with a bad meth addiction. Like it's
exactly.
There's evil, and then there's Homelander.
I thought the Deep was addicted to drugs.
Well, I mean,
they all have
like
their
more
dysfunctions.
metaphorically, not like literally addicted to meth, but like let's.
They all have their dysfunctions.
Yes,
their vices.
Yes,
per se,
exactly.
so,
Oh my gosh, talk about talk
Yeah.
about rough.
Yeah.
And yes, but yes, I agree. The idea of Superman. I mean, yes, there are the Elseworlds storylines where he is evil. Oof, that's quite a thing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's
but we are definitely going to get into injustice and some more Superman goodness right after this.
Howdy, and welcome back to NEPA Nerds. We're on the heels of our last block of talking about Superman, and while Zach isn't really preferential to the character, I understand that you wanted to discuss game relating to Superman with Injustice. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, Injustice came out. God, it was a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 era game, and it was made by partnership with Warner Brothers Interactive and NetherRealm Studios, who, if the name sounds familiar, it should, because they came out with of course, the classic Mortal Kombat. They are the studio behind those games. And it was very much just a blood-free beat 'em up that pitted superhero versus superhero.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that there is an actual Injustice plot line. I'm only familiar with really what happens in the games, which is the Joker succeeds in killing Lois Lane, who I believe may have been pregnant.
Yes, she was pregnant with Clark's kid at the time, and upon her death, a nuke went off in Metropolis at the time,
And it just pushes Superman past the brink, and he turns into not just Bizarro Superman, but this supreme dictator Superman who's like, evil can only be vanquished if we kill it. And I believe he actually just right then and there kills the Joker.
Oh yeah,
I think he
he.
zap fries his head.
You're thinking of Shazam.
Oh, Shazam? Oh.
He laser eyes Shazam, but no, he. Gruesome death aside, this series is very much dark. A lot of heroes and villains die. A lot of more heroes than that probably should die. But I have my grievances with this game series and just this Elseworld entirely, mostly for one reason. But I wanted to kind of hear what you thought of this.
Well, in the gameplay, I mean, I got it originally because of the DC characters at the time, I was, if you could call it, a fan of the Flash. Like I liked the speedster angle to it. I watched the TV show when it came out. Again, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of it to the level that you guys are a fan of any other superhero. I would say probably I would know more about Batman than I do the Flash, but
Of course.
I always enjoyed the Flash and superpowers. So that's why I initially got the game. But I found myself taken in by this plot line of Superman being this overwhelming bad, if you can sort of call it
Evil
that,
dictator.
and just basically everybody having to come together to kind of fight him. And I think, if I'm remembering correctly, there was also some type of mind control power.
Oh,
I think maybe Brainiac might have been involved. I might be getting some things crosswired, but I do know like there were like evil versions of characters that were put in there, and they were under some type of control that literally had to be beaten out of them, at least in the game.
Yeah, that may have been either in the first game where they side with Superman in this kind of Civil War-esque DC thing, or it's very similar to Marvel Civil War, right? At least from my understanding of that comic line. And the second game does follow a Brainiac, where he comes to Earth and Kara is like, oh no, this can't happen again. Oh no. And so I do kind of have grievances with the Injustice universe as to who they kill off and how bad they do it.
If I can ask, was this a storyline before the game?
I thought it was.
They did release comic books to tie in with the game line, but I believe this was kind of a idea child of the previous game that NetherRealm Studios did, DC versus Mortal Kombat. It kind of has a similar engine, if not slightly
yes,
correct.
I remember that.
Yeah.
People got all upset because there was no blood in that, because that was a stipulation, I think, of Warner Brothers or maybe DC Comics, that if you're going to have Superman, you can't have him getting killed and you can't have blood, period.
Yeah.
So it was like the first, I think, T-rated, or might have been an E for everyone game.
Yeah.
And people were like, Scorpion's not decapitating people? What is this? Like,
So
what-
so
Maybe
is,
it was like E10 or
oh, really?
something.
Maybe.
Was it
Yeah.
was it the one where I mean I see videos of it on YouTube? Is it the one where it's like everything's gray, like the blood coming out of them is gray, or is this?
there was, to my
Just
to
no
my
blood at
knowledge,
all.
there was no blood, period.
Oh,
No.
okay. Because I would see these
I think
videos
in the
where-
early Mortal Kombat games that were released on Nintendo systems, I think especially,
Yeah.
or possibly in Germany, because I know in Germany in the past blood had to be green,
No.
Yeah.
and I think on Nintendo consoles blood could not be blood,
No.
Okay.
if at all.
So,
right.
yeah. And
I mean, the old school Mortal Kombat games, I was all about that, and you know, I put the blood code in.
yeah. Sadly, I'm not really so much of like a fighting game type person. I tried Killer Instinct, wasn't really a fan of the play style and all that, and I've always like been into Mortal Kombat, but more so its story rather than its gameplay. And the same thing is kind of happened with me with Injustice, and sadly, I just want to get this off my chest. It was so stupid that they killed Nightwing the way that they did. It was so stupid. For those of you who aren't aware, if you,
Now I remember
yes,
because I saw the
'cause-
animated version. Yeah, I remember.
Yes,
Yeah.
because basically Damien, because at the time, like Damian Wayne was a
Oh,
newer
right.
character.
That was Injustice?
Yeah, that was in the Injustice
That
comic
is
line.
stupid.
Yeah, they
Tell them.
basically.
Sorry.
For those of you who haven't read the comic books and were wondering, is like, why is Damian Wayne Nightwing in the first game? Well, the tie-in comics explain it. Is that during like a prison incident, and then the second game kind of touches upon it too. They don't show actual Nightwing getting killed, but from what I recall, is that Damien is like really frustrated. He's like, oh, like why can't they just see my perspective? And then he throws one of Nightwing's sticks back at Nightwing, thinking like, oh, he'll catch it. No,
Nope.
it hits them. It hits him like right around here on the skull, and then he lands in a way like on a rock, like right on his neck, like back here.
It's the $1 million baby death.
And it was just so bad. Like, I'm obviously like a Nightwing person. Like,
What? You are?
Dick Grayson is my boy, especially in 2003 Teen Titans. That's a show we gotta make too, the Teen Titans show, or maybe like a block or two of.
So many things to talk about.
Yes. And it was just so stupid. And it's just such a dumb way to go. If he went like with the nuclear blast that took out like Metropolis and all that, it's like, okay. At least like he
Death
couldn't
by
do
hissy
nothing.
fit.
Okay.
Yeah, like it would have been instant. It wouldn't have been as embarrassing.
It's embarrassing to just get hit.
And they actually they animated this death, oddly enough, for the Injustice movie. They came out, I think 2020, if I'm not
I saw that
mistaken.
not too long ago.
This was also the same studio that did the Mortal Kombat animated movies too. If you're aware of those.
okay.
But it was so stupid. And the one thing that did come out of that movie that was really good, Damian Wayne being voiced by Steven Universe's voice actor, Zach Callison. I highly recommend that. That's the one redeeming factor of that movie. But just with this, getting back to Superman, is that my contention with this series is that it doesn't seem like using his powers for the good. Is like it goes against his whole truth, justice, and the American way thing, where like he's airing propaganda against like his opponents, like Batman and all that. He's not allowing the villains to go through the justice system and face a jury of their own peers and stuff like that. I'm very much of the Batman mentality of facing a jury of your own peers when it comes to the crimes that you committed. And the American way certainly would not have wanted you to make a fascist government where you have surveillance all over the place. and to kind of steer away from politics a little bit.
I was gonna say, we're not going to discuss
Yeah,
any
we're
definitely not
further
gonna
than
do
that
that.
at the moment.
But yes,
But
No,
yeah,
no commentary on the current political climate here.
Well,
let us not speak such
No.
things. Because, yes.
the topic that shall not be named.
But we should go back to a simpler time.
Yes,
Yes.
we shall.
A more good time.
Yes.
More gooder.
Yes. More good.
Let's be more
Let's,
gooder.
let's go back to the
Yes.
original, the OG
Yes.
Superman.
A simpler
OG.
time.
Well, the OG movie Superman.
Yes.
OG movies, yes. When I was born. So, like, Superman 78 with Mr. Christopher Reeves himself. I call it the Reeves Superman. And that I was definitely a huge fan of. And in fact, that besides Star Wars music, Superman music was also reflective of my childhood. So anytime John Williams comes on with this stuff, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
He-
me as a kid.
He also composed for the Star Wars films. Is that right?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
John Williams. Yeah,
Indiana
exactly.
Jones.
Oh, yeah.
If you've seen
All the
movies in the last
classics.
40
Yeah.
years, you've heard something from
John Williams, even Home Alone.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So, yeah. When it comes, Superman 78. The talk about truth, justice, American way. I mean, if you want to compare it to like say Cavill Superman, at least the Reeves Superman, there was purpose. There was unlike Cavill's doubts and insecurities about his own superpowers. We know that Reeves Superman was, hey, I will use this for people's benefit. I will use this to help others. And unlike Cavill Superman, which tends to be a little bit more of the I'm so focused on myself and my needs and my desires and my wants. I mean, yes, even though Snyder was all about, this Superman always has a choice. It's like, well, his choice should be to help others with the powers that he has. That's a good choice to have.
Yeah. If you have a choice, why not do good?
Exactly. Like, for example, the 78 Superman, his first public appearance was helping Lois Lane. When during the helicopter scene.
Back when newspapers not only were major way of getting the news, but also they had helicopters too. The newspaper having a helicopter.
I mean, we have drones now.
Yeah.
We're not
News
too
stations
far off.
had helicopters.
And, that was a major city, so I'm sure some
Yeah.
still do.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
LA
exactly.
does, so
Oh, yeah.
so it's
Oh,
not
my
too
word,
far
yeah.
away. But I mean, like you, the 78 Superman was also my introduction to Superman. I loved those movies as a kid. Like and like I said before, like I'm not saying there's no place for a good for the sake of good Superman. I'm just when you get into like longer movies, like the Cavill ones, like give me something a little bit more to chew on if you're gonna get into like those character deaths. But I mean,
Yeah.
the OG Superman, the Reeves movies were just they're great.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It just makes you feel good. Like, for example, I mean, to compare it to Marvel, like with Captain America. I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are of First Avenger, the movie, but it went back to that, like, the simpler time where, like, this is the good thing to do. This is the way to go. And you have a character who will be solid in his principles and will, once again, think outside of himself and help others using the skills he has or the powers that he has. So same thing with Superman, the OG. He's like, okay. I mean, it also helps with their sort of upbringing because the Cavill Superman, he didn't have like that 12-year lesson from Jor-El. Because the 78 Superman, it was like nothing but Jor-El training.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to Cavill was just like, I don't know, maybe I should use my power for something. While the 78 Superman was like, you are coached to be a good man or a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes, true. Kevin Costner's role as Kent, he did help with Superman's development.
Yeah.
But once again, though, there's that insecurity that pops up.
But there's also some bad writing in that movie.
Oh.
Like Kevin Costner, we have nothing else for him to do, so okay, he's gonna go walk into a tornado now. Okay, bye.
That was a horrible scene. It was like, really?
Those,
Really?
Those movies.
Look at this. Look at the face.
It's
I do not like that.
yeah.
Henry Cavill is a great actor. Don't get me wrong, but the writing
I will say
cannot do it.
the previous Superman movies of the Cavill era are a good build-up for the Batman versus Superman movie, which was also trash. But
As an aside,
as a build-up to it,
no.
like you can see Bruce Wayne being like, this guy is not great.
Nope.
Like destruction everywhere. Like he's like in the new Superman movie, like he's going out of his way to like prevent damage and like undo all this stuff. Where
helps a squirrel.
where
squirrel!
helps,
The
that was
squirrel!
a bit much in my opinion, but he's very conscious of collateral damage. Whereas Cavill Superman was like,
Yeah.
oh dear, let me throw this bus at you.
Without
Are there children inside? Who cares? And that was
Man,
my
oh.
major frustration with the Henry Cavill movies. And I think the approach with the Corn Sweat movies was kind of a response to the criticism of those previous movies of like
being just dark.
Superman
Yeah.
doesn't. You can't have dark Superman unless you're going dark Superman.
oh yeah like Soviet Superman.
Yeah, like him
that gets
being
dark.
like ultimate good works in this hour and a half long format. Especially like, the sequels kind of tapered off a bit, but I think it's because like people were just looking for like a little bit more after a certain point.
Yeah.
But that's just again my opinion.
And it's really cool to see like how like because I scroll on TikTok, I've wasted a couple hundred hours or so like just
Doom
scrolling
scrolling.
scroll on TikTok.
Doom scroll.
Doom scrolling, yes, that's what the kids call it these days. I'm totally hip, where I'm seeing all this like hope core, and that's what it's called. Is like these edits of moments, especially with Superman, just having hope for a better tomorrow or a better America and all that. And so it's really. Yes, you can do like a dark Superman, but at that point, like what was that horror movie a couple of years ago that was like a superpowered kid?
It starts with a B.
Brightburn.
Brightburn. Yep.
If you
Something
want,
starts with a B.
if you want a dark
You
Superman,
won the quiz for the day.
go for Brightburn.
That was the Superman origin story, but turned into a horror movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was
So-
decent. Liked it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It's decent.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got like the kind of shoe face mask, I
Okay.
guess. I didn't.
Kind of like the Scarecrow mask from the Dark Knight
okay.
movie.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like just in terms of like appearance, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
like red shoe. That's
Okay.
that's what the mask gives off. But if you want a darker Superman, like that's possibly like as dark
Or the boys,
or the boys
if you want to go to the extreme.
or Omni Man if you want to go.
Omni
that
Man's
route, too.
horrible too. I mean, he's.
No, I do think
that's
we're gonna
definitely-
have to do a boys episode when the new
yeah.
season starts to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I
have to
agree, I
catch
agree.
myself up.
So boys Gen V type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a combo of both because the storylines
Yeah.
obviously
Yeah.
blend.
So
Yeah, and talking about the Soviet Superman, I actually just recently saw the animated version of that.
yes,
Yes.
that's a good film too,
Yeah.
and one we'll have to talk about in an Elseworld episode. So sadly, these are only like an hour long. It's like it's not enough time.
Which sort of helps me because
We always come in here with the best. I mean, like we're gonna talk about this, that, and then it turns into a whole big thing, and it's like, well, we only talked about half the things we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
exactly because
Yeah. So, but
that was an interesting story, especially like dealing with like Stalin
Yeah.
and how he ended up being a dictator himself, not realizing it too. So like
Yeah.
because in this universe, Superman landed in Russia.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Soviet Russia of all things, and then much like the Americanized version, he discovered his powers, and a friend of his influenced him and told him you should use this power for the state.
and he
And so-
also
Oh,
has
dear.
a Russian accent. If you
Yes,
clearly
yeah, very
very
well
Russian.
done Russian
comrade.
accent.
I guess it
And
could have been
all that.
worse. It could have been 1930s Germany.
or something like yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, was there a storyline with that or no?
I was doing research for just a personal project of mine, and there is at least one world where the Nazis won.
Interesting.
So I don't know if that's one where Superman ended up joining the Nazi forces or all
Again,
that fun stuff.
to get into our favorite saying here,
Yeah.
we can do that for another episode.
Another time, another time.
We'll talk about it soon.
Yeah. So, but thanks for listening so far, and we'll be wrapping up after this.
Welcome back to NEPA Nerds, and it was a great discussion on Superman today.
Oh yeah.
It was a super day, as I said,
Super day.
and yes. So in this last little segment, what are we looking forward to? Like, for example, for me, I'll start off real quick. I just want to watch the rest of Gen V, as nasty, bloody as it could be. But but then I'm also looking forward to Star Wars Visions 3. Hopefully I can watch that more with my daughter, and we'll see what happens with that.
That's a Star Wars animated anthology, right?
Yes, it's an
Okay.
anthology.
Well, I'm not really. I resolved today to start watching a series that is kind of near and dear to my heart. Has Been Hotel. The second season recently just came out, and tonight I'm hoping after our hard days of work to sit back and listen to Broadway stars cuss like crazy.
Has Been Hotel? Okay.
Yeah, Has Been Hotel. It's a musical.
Oh, okay, got it.
So,
All right.
but it's got Anastasia's voice actress in it. If you know that movie, way back in the 90s. But Zach, what are you looking forward to?
I'm just working on catching up on my backlog of games. I have a few that I haven't been able to get to this year. A couple that I mentioned from the Game Awards episode. Other than that, I am going to start watching Gen V now that I know that it's out.
Yeah.
I have to catch up on that. And I've also been watching Pluribus.
Oh, I've yet to. Yeah,
Pluribus?
I'm going to look into that too.
Vince Gilligan show. Same guy who made Breaking Bad. But it's his new show. It's on Apple TV. Really great so far.
Okay, nice, excellent.
They were also behind Better Call Saul, right?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Well,
All right.
once again, it's been a great Superman talk, and we'll see what happens next time on NEPA Nerds. For Zach, Julia, and I, till next time.